Hey movie lovers, this weekend, we're turning up the heat with a list you don't want to miss. If you and your partner are in the mood for something bold, passionate, and visually stunning, we've got you covered. From steamy thrillers to beautifully intense dramas, these are the top 5 graphic movies you should watch with your partner this upcoming weekend. So grab some popcorn, dim the lights, and get ready for a cinematic experience that'll spark more than just conversation. Number 5. The United States vs. Billie Holiday. The film follows legendary jazz singer Billie Holiday during the late 1940s and 1950s as she becomes a target of the US government, not simply for her drug use, but because her powerful protest song, Strange Fruit, challenged the status quo. She refuses to remove the song from her setlist despite pressure, setting off a surveillance and entrapment campaign led by Harry J. Anslinger and his agents who use the war on drugs as a means to silence her. The story unfolds through her musical triumphs and personal struggles, addiction, heartbreak, betrayal, while an undercover agent, Jimmy Fletcher, infiltrates her circle and becomes both her pursuer and conflicted ally. The narrative emphasizes how her artistry and voice were seen by powerful forces as threats, because they spoke of race, injustice, and defiance. It portrays Holiday's journey from celebrated performer to imprisoned woman, and highlights how the system sought to destroy both her career and dignity. And amidst the glamour of her public life, the film does not shy away from her private torment, the emotional cost of living under relentless pressure, and the toll of being a black woman refusing to stay silent. You can watch The United States vs. Billie Holiday streaming on Hulu. Number 4. The Concubine. The story is set during Korea's early Joseon dynasty and follows Hwa-yeon, a nobleman's daughter who becomes a royal concubine to save her true love's life after being trapped by poverty and circumstance. Once inside the palace, she becomes entangled in a brutal power struggle after the king's mysterious death. With the queen mother manipulating events to control the throne, Hwa-yeon gives birth to an heir but finds herself caught between loyalty, desire, and survival as dark secrets unravel within the royal court. Her former lover, Kwon Yu, now a eunuch consumed by resentment, becomes a pivotal figure in the web of betrayal and revenge that drives the palace's deadly politics. The story blends passion, seduction, and ambition as Hwa-yeon navigates a world ruled by greed and deceit, fighting to protect her child and her own power. In the end, she stands alone amid the chaos, transformed from victim to survivor, in a kingdom where love and loyalty mean nothing against the hunger for control. You can watch The Concubine on the Roku channel, Pluto TV, Plex, Apple TV. Number 3. Spread. The film follows Nicky, a handsome but aimless man in Los Angeles who drifts without a job or home, and instead seduces wealthy women so he can live in their homes and enjoy their lifestyle. He moves in with Samantha, a successful older lawyer using his looks and charm as his means of survival. But his boredom leads him to cheat, and the arrangement begins to unravel. Then Nicky meets Heather, a young waitress who seems innocent, but turns out to play the same game he does and forces him to question his lifestyle. What begins as a transactional arrangement transforms into a tangled emotional web, as Nicky realizes his game has stakes he never considered: love, loss, and self-worth. Over the course of the film, he is confronted with the emptiness of his privileged but hollow existence, and is forced to choose between the lifestyle he's built on seduction and the possibility of something real. In the end, Nicky hits rock bottom, takes an honest job, and acknowledges that the glamorous facade he rode on cannot hide the fact that he's been living off others. And perhaps that his one chance at genuine human connection slipped through his fingers. It is available on platforms like Amazon Prime Video. Number 2. The Burning Plane. The movie weaves together multiple story strands in different places and times, centering on Sylvia, a successful restaurant manager in Oregon, whose cool professional exterior hides deep pain and self-destructive behavior. In another thread, Gina, a married woman in New Mexico, embarks on a clandestine affair which results in a tragic fire and leaves her teenage daughter, Mariana, scarred and confused about love and guilt. Meanwhile, Mariana and Santiago, the son of Gina's lover, embark on a risky relationship, echoing the forbidden romance of their parents and further complicating the past. And a younger character, Maria, who is connected to them all, crosses the border into Mexico with her injured father in search of truth, reconnecting with the woman, now Sylvia, who abandoned her. The stories converge as Sylvia is forced to face the consequences of long-buried choices, seeking redemption through forgiveness and reconciliation with those she's hurt. In the end, the film suggests that healing may be possible, but only after every character confronts their buried trauma, and the burning plane of past mistakes is laid bare. Number 1. We Live in Time. The film follows Almut, played by Florence Pugh, a driven, up-and-coming chef, and Tobias, played by Andrew Garfield, a recently divorced man whose life has hit a low point, and charts their unexpected meeting when Almut accidentally strikes Tobias with her car, setting off a decade-spanning romance. They fall for each other, build a home, become a family, yet the relationship is portrayed non-linearly, weaving together the high points and low points of their journey rather than moving forward in straight time. As Almut faces a diagnosis of stage 3 cancer, the couple must navigate love and ambition, family and grief, ambition and the fear of how little time they may have. The cooking competition, the birth of their daughter, Tobias's career, and Almut's drive all intersect in the film's timeline jumps, emphasizing how life's major moments are often intertwined, messy, and compressed. The film emphasizes how time itself becomes a character, what we build, what we lose, how memories are distorted, and how love persists under pressure. In the end, it's less about a conventional happily ever after and more about cherishing moments, embracing the uncertainty of life, and finding meaning in how we spend the time we've got. It is now available on the streaming platform Max, formerly HBO Max.